details are up there. I'm not gonna, you can read about it and look up about it yourselves. And then I've been in a small village which is 3,000 metres above sea level. It's 3 hours hike, so it's the middle of nowhere. It's the most poorest village I've ever come across in Lesotho, and spiritually the darkest village I've ever been in. There's not one person that doesn't have holes in their clothes. Their shoes are more holes than shoes. Children, they sometimes wear 2 trousers because there's so many holes, at least then more of their body is covered. So it's a very difficult place to be as well. This is the way to get there. So you either have to get a taxi for 2 hours, which is not what we call a taxi here. It's literally a very, very old 4x4 that's super dangerous. And then you hike 3 hours over the mountain. You can walk straight there, but it's 5 hours and it's very steep ups and steep downs. And if you take rest, it takes about 7 hours. That's 5 hours straight walking. It's 3,000 metres above sea level. On the right-hand photo, if you zoom in on the far mountain in the distance, is actually a solar phone signal tower. And that's kind of my marker point to head to. When you get there, you've got about half an hour, you turn to the right, and it's the villages down there. This is the taxi, which the first time I went in, I vowed never to go in again. But then it's the only vehicle, so you have to. It's horrible. The guy drinks as well. He has a 1 litre bottle of beer between his legs. There's 2 in the seat in front of me. I'm in the back seat. There's no seat belts. There's not even some way to open the door or even turn the window down. It gives you a span if you're good. It's literally that bad. The first time he couldn't start it. He has to stop it on a hill the whole time once he started it. It was horrendous, absolutely horrendous. Got a flat tyre, so they keep the engine running while they quickly change the flat tyre. But we're desperate for a car because it would be so much easier. All of the supplies have to come on donkeys. So last trip I did like 12 donkeys, getting all of the supplies there. Each donkey cost me 50 rand, and they strap it on so tightly. I've never seen cans of beans that were so bent. It was horrendous. But it's just part of it. And if it's raining, everything is wet. So it was pouring that time. I was soaked right through, and I literally stripped off, put on dry clothes, climbed into bed to warm up when you get there. And you get there about 4 or 5 o'clock if you're lucky in the afternoon. In winter it gets dark about 5:30. So this is harvesting. They're a very poor community, but community-wise, the spirit they're so rich in community. So when they're harvesting some of the fields, they all come together, the whole village. The men will use the sickle, the ladies will put it into small bundles, more ladies put it into big bundles. And the older ladies sit there and weed with grass to make the ties for the wheat. It's incredible to see, and the old men pack it. So everyone has a little family who own the field, they provide the lunch. And it's also a way for people who don't have a field, they get to take a big bundle home with them because they're coming out. So they don't have their own field, but it's a way that they get food. Shepherds, that's one of the big reasons I'm there. God has a special heart for shepherds, and the shepherds there are the most marginalised. Their lives are so tough. They are cold, they go out they start being a shepherd when they're 6-year-old, other children start school at 6. They go out before it's even light, and they'll come in when it's already dark. So they have no parent interaction almost. So they're the most unruly group of boys you could ever imagine. But we've got 26 to 30 in our shepherd school now. This is the new shepherd school teacher. I first employed another shepherd school teacher, which was disastrous. It was the chief's nephew, awful. But thankfully I'm now employing one of my boys who used to be at the orphanage. So it's like having my son there. It's just amazing. And he's such a good teacher. So they're all ages. We'll have 30, 40-year-olds. They can't even write their name. They've never been to school, they can't count the sheep. They go to the shops, they just give some money, get some change, can't count the change. They wear blankets for warmth, and they wear a balaclava. So I bought a balaclava for her.
Oh, thank you.
Looking at that. You get a suity balaclava just for fun, in preparation when you come to visit.
Absolutely.
It's quite funny when they go around the towns, they're not allowed to put it down, they have to put it up as a hat. The police or the shop owners will kick them out if they have it down for security reasons. But it's super warm, that's how they survive the winters. When they come into the shepherd school, it's like a church building, and I make them, they all have a stick called a malawi with them. It's part of their culture. So I make them put their malamis, their sticks to one side so there's no going ons in the school. So it's quite fun to see all the malamis piled up in the corner. They also get a hot meal because they often go hungry. So it's also encouraging them to come to school. We start at 6 o'clock, they have lessons till 9 o'clock, and at 9 o'clock they get a hot meal. The older one on the far left, he can't write his name, so he often hides his book. He's at school, but he's, they have such tough lives, out with the animals all day. They don't know how to interact with ladies either. They react all funny because they're used to just being with the boys. So we teach them all sorts of things, teaching them from the Bible, teaching them basic maths, basic English, Sutu as well. About nature, because they're also the ones who do the most damage to nature of everyone. They kill everything out of boredom, out of misplaced African rituals, or hunger sometimes. Sometimes they're hungry, so they kill pigeons, they kill, all sorts of things. So, I'm also there for the disabled children. The man who started the mission there like 40 years ago was a South African missionary. He then died in 2019, and since then there's been quite a few mentally disabled children. So I don't know, it seems connected. His prayer cover was gone, and suddenly there's lots of mentally disabled children. The two on the right is incredibly sad because they are severely mentally disabled. One even fainted, fell in the fire, so half of his face is all scarred. They have them half naked because they just go to the toilet anywhere. They don't even make eye contact really. The younger one, Tat, with the smaller one on the right, I managed to get eye contact with, and he says a few words, but Kalelu doesn't. And then there's Mpoyes, the granddaughter of the acting chief, but she's also mentally, not as severely as the other two, but she's also mentally disabled. I got them to do pictures and she just did dots. She was ever so happy with it. She came and showed me her name, and she was very proud. And she understands little bits, but even at school they say she's not all 100%. Some of it you don't know if it's spiritual, They need a lot of prayer. And prayer is changing. Their lives are getting better. I bought them some toys. Sadly, the Kalelu, the 6-year-old, are actually tying up by his foot to a rock because he runs away. There's no fences. It's dangerous. It's cold. He goes and jumps in muddy puddles and gets all wet. And if it's freezing cold, so it's for his own good, but at the same time, it's horrible to see. It's awful. And he was climbing up and pulling the thatch out of the hut so that actually reduced the length of his tying up piece. It was shocking. But I gave them a whole lot of food from the shepherd school that was over so they can get through the winter. Very tough lives, ever so tough lives. And that they have 2 older brothers, an 11-year-old and a 13-year-old who've never been to school. So I'm almost forcing, in a nice way, I'm telling her I'm not going to help her anymore unless she sends those 2 to school. They often won't go to school if they haven't got school shoes. So I gave school shoes as well, so there's no excuse. But the 11-year-old especially, she keeps them home to look after the 2 disabled, and he's not chosen for that life. He's a lovely boy. He's sitting down on the right. It's sad. But hopefully we help them as much as we can. Given her a Bible to read a Bible, told her to read the Bible out loud, especially to the children. Teaching her to actually, even though they look like they can't interact, to go down and actually talk to them like they can, because she's not training them at all. They're violent to animals, violent to their brothers. It's very tough, very tough. We also give out food parcels. There's a few orphans, and it's such a poor village that there's so much hunger. It's quite hard. That's one of the quite hard things, is that you get overwhelmed with how much need there is, and you can only do so much. I keep saying, I'm one woman, Lord, what can I do? But amazingly, God provides in amazing ways, and it's just amazing. So I give out 5 food parcels every month normally to different families. This is the mode of transport for all of the supplies, is the donkeys. Lesotho would be completely lost without its donkeys. They walk 4 hours, so if there's an empty gas bottle, donkey has to take the empty gas bottle all the way to Simakon for 5 hours, and then 5 hours back with a full one. So it is hectic. Donkeys are strong. If we had a car, I would choose to put a gas bottle in the car, obviously not. This is where I was living. So the block on the left, it's a row of 5 rooms. They're little concrete rooms. That's where I started off. The pastor who's helping me to get there kind of kept trying to send me to other villages, and I was like, do I listen to God or do I listen to you? So I listened to God. I said, Ha Rameno, I'm going to Ha Rameno. But he kind of withdrew, didn't want to help me. And then, so then I was there, and I went, okay, Lord, praying. I felt like I was buried. I was stuck in this room. I don't know how to get there. I'd heard of the village. I'd never been there before. And then I posted a poem on Facebook, and then Barbara put on a song. It was absolutely incredible. And then like a week or 10 days later, I was walking through Simon Kong, the main high street, because I don't know the shouts. But you're walking through there, normally there's loud Suti music blaring away. And it's an English song, and I stopped, and it's my song. I actually filmed it thinking I'm never going to believe this, it's unbelievable. So I filmed it in like 5 minutes, walked 5 minutes further, and the chief of Ha Rameno came up and introduced herself to me, and she said Suti name, because they call it Hasikema sometimes. So she said, I'm the chief from Hasikema, so I was talking Hasikema, I was like, Ha Rameno, it was incredible. So she helped me, like 3 weeks later, I went and visited for 3 days, which was hard, incredibly hard, because you've got yourself completely in their hands, and they do things completely different. So there's no washing up liquid. There was one spoon shared between 4 of us to eat with, so it's rinsed and it's on to the next person. My water ran out, so on the second day I got given spring water. And in Simon Kong they are closed off springs with a pipe, so it's okay to drink. There, on the last day I went to visit, and it's a pile of rocks on a muddy puddle. The girl that went with me, she actually got a run of tummy on it. I had 3 weeks of, it was horrendous. So lots of things, it was shocking. I was staying in a room with two of the ladies, and they just go to the toilet in a bucket in front of you. You're like, I'm British, that's never gonna happen. So there was lots of very tough things, but it was also very special. God is amazing, and God has been so amazing. The way He's just carried me through, and doors opening. You think, how is it possible? Absolutely incredible. So these are the challenges. It's incredibly cold. We're 20 centimetres of snow. My hut is a 40-year-old hut. So when they build it, it's big stone, small stone, and cow dung mud in between. But 40 years, it's all disintegrated. So, and the roof, it had holes that big. I could lie in bed and see the stars for 2 weeks. It was incredible. So it's been a process of trying to fix the hut and trying to make it okay. The debris, because they've had fires all those years, so all the debris of soot just falls every night. It's just horrendous. You can write your name on the top of your laptop every day because it's just dust that comes down. I've had more asthma in 3 months than I've had in 10 years, so it's been challenging. But and then hiking in the snow. The last time that we came out, it was hard. It was very tough. It was -5. We leave at 6:30. It's only light at 7. It was really tough. And also animal cruelty. They are so cruel to their animals. You want to cry half the time. And whether it's cats, they just bash the cat away. Cats with wounds, dogs, you name it. The donkeys, they can't live without their donkeys, but they beat them like horrible. So yeah, and insects. I've had lots of different African insects. Yeah. This is the spring water. I'm trying desperately. I've contacted different like Water Aid and all different companies and organisations, but no one at the moment is willing to help. So if we can all pray for somehow that we can, I don't know, organise clean water for them. Yeah. And you walk down. It's like a 20-minute going down the mountain to collect your water, and then you've got 20 litres of heavy water to carry a truck to your hut. It's pretty tough. This is the snow that was just a month ago now. So, but June, July, it's even colder, so you can get down to -20. So I couldn't get my temperature up in my hut above 12. And when you want to bath, and it's really, I've got a little plastic tub that you bath in, it's very cold. So this is our mountain mission. That's the teacher behind me, his name's Sam, or Homohananyani is his Suti name. He's 23, he's married, he's got a child, they live in Simon Kong. You can keep him in your prayers, because for him it's also spiritually also hard. He gets attacked a little bit because he should stand more with the Suti people, but he grew up with me, so he stands quite a lot with me, so that is hard. And he translates for me. A lot of the villagers, they have pidgin English, little bits. I speak a little bit of Suti, but it is such a difficult language to learn. I came across a lady on my journeys, and she knew 6 languages, and she was learning Suti, and she said it's the hardest language she's ever come across. It's all sounds, and we have nothing that's similar in English, so it's very difficult. This is a thank you to everyone, because without you, I can't do any of this. So So it's thank you for all your prayers. Together we're doing this. It's incredible. We've donated Bibles, handed Bibles out, and there are changes in the village. So that's my one neighbour, Mehmet Sepo on the left. She's looking after my dog and my chickens, thankfully. But she's a prostitute for like 25 years. So she's got 2 daughters and a granddaughter. So in trying to give them life, she's given them death in a country with HIV. So it's very sad. But especially a little granddaughter, I look after her sometimes. In the middle is a little boy who's the son of the lady on the right. She's got 5 boys and she's had a little girl since I've been there. She's HIV infected. Also, her husband died 5 years ago, so she's had to go to prostitution. Hence, the last 2 children are not from the father. So we've given them Bibles and we talk to them, pray with them, give them clothing, give them food. The more food I can give her, the less she has to sell her body. That's my view. So we try and help her, and her 13-year-old boy, Molefi, I'm trying to get her to send him to school as well. I'm also doing the same thing. If you don't send him to school, I'm not going to help you. It is hard. These are the shepherds. We managed to give out some new blankets, because that's what they wear. That's their warmth through the winter. They're out all day, even if it rains, their blanket will get wet, but they'll still be outside. There's almost no tree cover. There's almost no trees. But they're a special group of people. They're so marginalised, so tough, but a very special group of people. So, and God loves the shepherds. Thank you. That's all. I think it's finished. And I have a small gift for the church. I bought one of the ladies wear this around as a skirt in the summer. So I hope I've got it right around. Yeah. You can use it as a tablecloth or something. Just says Lesotho, and it's the famous the hats that they have. They often wear those hats, straw hats they've made. Just a gift for the church, give it to you.
That's it, right?
Yes, that's it.